Today we have none other than beautiful, big, juicy chicken breast on the smoker, glazed in barbecue sauce. Here we go. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick, and in today's video, we're smoking chicken breasts. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to start out making our rub. We're using all these seasonings in our rub. I'm not going to bore you to death by sitting here measuring out each individual one. I'll make sure I leave the ingredients for this down in the description. So let's go ahead and make our rub. Alright guys, now we have our seasoning made. We're going to go ahead and apply this rub to this chicken. But before we start, our chicken was very wet and oily, and you always want to pat your chicken dry with a paper towel. Then put on just a very slight little coat of oil before you put the rub on. That's going to help it give it a very nice crispy outer layer. And that's what I want in my barbecue, a nice crispy outer layer. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just want to make sure you go ahead and pat this chicken dry. Get it all the way good. Make sure nothing sticks to it. Alright guys, so now we're going to be putting on a rub. We're just going to go ahead and we're just going to put this on very nicely. Chicken breast could take a decent amount of seasoning. Go ahead and flip it over. So go ahead and get this other side coated up real nicely. Once that's all coated up real good and nice, I'm just going to go ahead and take and I'm just going to give it a nice little pat. If you need some extra in an extra spot, go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and give that a nice little pat, and you're good to smoke. Now that our chicken is fully seasoned and ready to go, we're actually going to go ahead and put this back in the fridge. I want these to be nice and cold when I put them on the smoker, and the reason for that being is smoke actually stops absorbing into the meat after it hits a certain temperature in the cook. So when we put it on cold, it'll absorb more smoke if we were to just let this sit out at room temperature and put it on. So we're going to put this back in the fridge, and I'm going to go set my smoker at 250 degrees for this cook. Alright guys, so for today, we're using these pecan pellets from Bear Mountain. If you have not used these before, I recommend that you give it a try. I'll leave the link down in the description. I love how chicken tastes with pecan smoke on it, so we're going to go ahead and give this a go. So now that we got our pecan pellets in the hopper, we're going to go ahead and turn this on and let it preheat. We're going to let it get up to 250 good and strong, and then we'll go ahead and put our chicken on. So we're out here on the smoker. Got our chicken breast. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and just take and just kind of hit up these sides a little bit with some of this leftover stuff that's here on the board. Just kind of spread it around. This is where your flavor is going to come from, so you want to make sure you got this good and seasoned. I'm going to open this up. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to take it. I'm going to lay these right here in the center rack. So now that we got these on here, we're just going to let these sit and hang out for about a good hour. In about an hour, I'll come out and I'll check on them and see how they're doing. We are going to go ahead and make a glaze. The glaze leaves at the end for the last like 15-20 minutes, so it caramelizes really nice and good on there. But hey, I'm going to shut up and get this pit closed and let this do its job. So now let's head inside and we're going to make our sauce. So we're going to go ahead here and dump out some cayenne, and then we're going to add in some brown sugar, take the apple cider vinegar, mix it all together, and then what we're going to do is mix that together, try to get it to dissolve in together. And then after we get that dissolved in there really nice, we're going to take our barbecue sauce, dump a bunch of barbecue sauce in there. You want it to be at a pretty fair consistency, right to where it starts to drizzle like this. This is exactly where you want it, right here. If it looks like that, you did it right. So our chicken's been on for about an hour now. We're going to go ahead and check it with the probe. Leave it in there, and we're going to see where we're at. So we got our probe. This is the one that came with this grill. Oh, wow, that's starting to look really nice. So we're just going to go ahead and stick it in here, the fat, juicy part of this breast. We're going to shut her down and see where she's at and determine whether we're going to glaze now or glaze in about another 10 minutes or so. So our probe is climbing up into about the 135s range, so we still have a little bit longer left on this chicken, about a whole other 30 degrees. May take about another half hour or something like that, so I'll probably come back out in about 10-15 minutes, see where it's at. And once it gets up into about those 140s, I think I'm gonna go ahead and glaze it. So I came back out to check it, and we are in the 140s, so I'm gonna go ahead and glaze it. All right, so this is the glaze that I went ahead and made. I did put it in the microwave for about 60 seconds just to heat it up, stir it again just to make sure everything's well mixed and incorporated, and it's better to put warm glaze on than a cold glaze. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our pit. We're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna rub this on. We're just gonna paint this on real nice and pretty. We're gonna put it on kind of thick, because I like saucy chicken. If you like dry chicken, like a dried edge of a chicken, you don't need to put any of this on. But if you like a nice wet barbecue chicken, then go ahead and put this on. Just gonna rub this on. If you had a mop, this would be even better. But look at how nice and pretty that looks once it's all glazed up. Alright, so after you're done glazing, if it doesn't look like that, you did something wrong. It should have a very nice shiny look to it. It's going to be amazing. We're going to shut this down, let her sleep for another 15-20 minutes, come back out when it's 165. We're going to let these rest for about 10 minutes, cut into them. I'll see you soon. So our probe hit 165. Let's go ahead and take a look at these breasts. So we just want to double check with another thermometer just to verify that your probe is reading accurately. So we got this we're going to stick it with. So I checked them all, and there's one that's for sure done, but there's two that definitely need a little bit longer, so we're going to let them sit a little bit longer. You got our chicken here, and we're going to go ahead and start slicing it up and let you know how it tastes. So as you guys can see, this chicken turned out absolutely phenomenal. The bark, the crust on this chicken is just great. It has a nice crunch to it when you cut into it. The glaze on the top is perfect. It's set on there really, really nice. The inside is perfectly moist and tender. It's not overcooked. Everything about this chicken just turned out beautiful. Look at how great this is. That rub is a great mixture. This is so juicy the way this is cutting. All the smells that are coming up. I can't wait to try this, but I'm going to cut up the rest of this chicken so you guys can see, and then I'll try a bite. Alright guys, I can't wait to try a bite of this chicken. Let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Oh my gosh. The flavor on this chicken, I mean, this chicken is so tender, so moist, it just falls apart when you bite into it. It's juicy. The barbecue flavor on this chicken is off the chain. It is a little bit on the spicy side, so if you don't like super spicy chicken, let's put less cayenne in the glaze. If you like spicy chicken, make sure it's a little bit heavy on the cayenne, but this is perfect. It has a nice little spicy bite on it. It's just great. So let's go ahead and recap exactly what I did today. I went ahead and I made my rub. After I made my rub, I took the chicken breast, I patted them down, sprayed them with a little bit of olive oil, just so that it got a nice crust on the outside. I seasoned it all up, put it back in the fridge, I let it rest there while my smoker was heating up. Put the smoker at 250, put the breast on after it was up to temp, let them sit there for about an hour, came back, stuck the probe in it, and I went and checked it about 30 minutes later, and it was almost ready. Came back out and checked it, put this awesome, amazing glaze on it, let the glaze sit there for, I think it was like 20 to 30 minutes. Took almost 2 hours for this cook. I did end up turning the temperature down just a hair at the end, down to 225. I wanted it to get as much smoke as I could. And man, let me tell you, after I brought it inside, let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes and sliced into it, I mean, this is what you get. These are the kind of results that you'll get when you use a smoker on your chicken. The flavor, the taste, the glaze on the end is so caramelized. It's absolutely amazing. You guys have to start making your chicken like this. If you don't have a smoker, you need to buy one. I'll put a link in the description. I'm also going to put a link in the description for the pecan pellets. Absolutely amazing, guys. Be sure to check out in the description too. I'll leave the recipe for the rub that I use and the glaze. So awesome, guys. I hope that you've appreciated this video. If you have, be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that way every time I put up a video, it'll be sent right to your phone. And as always, guys, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.